The date is December 6, 2018. Jeff Keighley starts off the 2018 Game Awards with the world premiere of a new game. The Nintendo Switch logo appears, sparking curiosity among the audience members both in the Microsoft Theater and those watching at home. What was shown for the first time that day was Sayonara Wild Hearts, a brand new game from the folks over at Simogo that completely won me over. With its beautiful mix of purple hues and pop music remixes, I was completely captivated by the reveal trailer, and that's sort of why I decided to make this video. I wanted to learn more about this game, find out the thought process behind it, and how it came to life. Being so recently revealed though, there wasn't a ton of information outside of the new trailer, or so I thought. Upon doing some deep research, I went through Simogo's journey from 2015 up to the present as they worked on creating a pop album video game. This is how Sayonara Wild Hearts came to be. After the release of the Wii U version of Year Walk, Simogo set their eyes on a new project, one bigger and more ambitious than anything they've worked on previously. Initially labeled as Project Night Road, this new game would prove to be something entirely new for the studio from a design perspective. The original idea for this new game came from a drawing of a young woman wearing a mask and the want to create a game that was the complete opposite of what Simogo was known for. Where their previous games could be described as thought-heavy games, Sayonara Wild Hearts would be the complete opposite, one all about being quick, flashy, and well, wild. For the entire second half of 2015, Simogo worked on crafting together different ideas for Project Night Road, all while welcoming experimenting with its core design. Nothing was really set in stone design-wise, so the moment an idea came up that worked, it would be added to the game. For example, the original idea for Sayonara Wild Hearts was described to be darker and nightmarish as compared to the more bright-colored flashy look in the reveal trailer. It even used surf rock music instead of the pop tunes that are present now. It was during this experimentation time that while working on a prototype of a mass biker gang game, that some electric pop music was playing in the background that just happened to sync perfectly with the work on display. Suddenly the direction of the game would change to not only be a fast-paced arcade game, but a pop album as well. The core brainstorming would last up until around Christmas 2015, where the team decided that they wanted to work on a vertical slice of the game. Around this time, things like the story, characters, and even the name of the game had already been finalized. In fact, the name Sayonara Wild Hearts was teased back in Christmas 2015 when Simogo posted their 2015 company recap image. The small poster clearly showed Sayonara Wild Hearts' final name and the main character a solid 3 years before the actual reveal trailer would be released. As for the vertical slice, not to be confused with a prototype or a demo, a vertical slice is a completely finished part of the game, finished ahead of the game's entire completion. Having a complete piece of the game that was playable showed the team the scope of what the final project could be like. By July 2016, it was complete, and so all experimental design sort of came to a close so work could begin on refining the game. For previous projects, Simogo mainly consisted of just Simon and Gordon, the duo behind the studio. For Sayonara Wild Hearts, Simogo would look to friends, freelancers, and even a publisher to help with the project. Luckily, with the vertical slice complete, the studio was able to win over Annapurna Interactive, who agreed to publish Sayonara Wild Hearts, helping to support the larger development team needed. Simogo would continue to work on Wild Hearts well into 2017 until disaster struck their previous projects. With the release of iOS 11 and introducing 64-bit to the OS, all 32-bit applications released on the App Store would essentially be dead on newer devices and operating systems. This included Simogo's entire library of previously released games. This meant that Simon and Gordon spent the majority of their 2017 working on updating their library of games just so that they'd be able to work on current iOS devices. This hurdle also helped lend to the studio wanting to work on console platforms again. While Simogo had made console games before, they really found their stride making mobile games where the constraints of the console certification system didn't boggle down their development. However, as the industry grew, console gaming became much more approachable, while the mobile market grew in constraints and saturation. With all these changes, Simogo felt like it was the right time to return to the console market with their largest project yet. That brings us to the present, where the world has finally seen what the studio has been up to, and it's certainly setting the ambition bar high. You play as a young girl whose heart is broken and thus disrupting the balance of the universe. The heartbreak is so violent that it creates a black hole in the sky to which time, space, pop, and love all slip through. It's here that this young woman finds her alter ego, the Fool, a badass mass biker who travels across the dreamscape, breaking hearts at 200 miles per hour. Each of these semi-on-rail levels are to have an enemy, a song, and a power that's completely unique from every other level in the game. For example, the Lover's Arcana level takes place within a French countryside castle along with the song Mine. Throughout each of these levels, you'll see heavy inspiration from all types of mediums and sources like Tron, Outrun, Sailor Moon, and even Carly Rae Jepsen. I'm sure fans of older pop groups can even find some more similarities too. Ultimately, Simogo wants to create something completely new from what they've done in the past, something that as they describe as the most video game they can ever make. It's been a long and difficult journey for the team, and it's still not over yet. And with a lot invested into the project, they figured what better way to name it than as if it was their last game. The title says it all. Sayonara Wild Hearts.
What could you be afraid?